and marked boxes of Cheerios, plus a chance to join the Bo Jackson fan club with your parents, okay? It's tasty pasta and tomato sauce that's a shark hunt in every bite.
Do you remember waking up as a kid to whatever cartoons were airing, like on Nick Jr. and PBS Kids, for example? But imagine being 3 or 4 years old and having an encounter with a really creepy character on your screen, like this, for example. So hello everybody and welcome to Creepshow, and for today's video I have 7 of the most creepy children's characters to ever exist. How curious is it that the character to start this video with is one of the large staff of Sesame Street? If you were a fan of this kids show, then you should probably get the idea of who I'm going to be talking about. But first, a little story. Sesame Street has been the inspiration of many things related to terror. Not only does it have its own creepypastas, but it's no secret that the saga, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, has its foundation stone, the aesthetics of Sesame Street. But it was too ambitious of an idea, a difficult concept to develop in a children's show. Embodied in the form of a character called Nobody. The creepiest moment, most spooky of Sesame Street.
You know, I've learned to walk around inside my own head. Now, that may sound silly to you, but it's been very, very helpful to me. Let me show you how it's done, in case you want to try it. Now, when you first come to the brain, you have to pass through the medulla oblongata. That's where things like breathing and the heartbeat and glands are controlled. It's kind of like plumbing. It's not very interesting. But if you keep going, you cross into the cerebrum, and that's where all your thoughts are. You know, when I first came to my cerebrum here, there were thoughts scattered all over. The place was a mess. Old mathematical formula, bits of poetry, and telephone numbers were all mixed up together. It was terrible. Over the years, I've been able to organize. Now, in this part of my brain, for instance, I keep thoughts about my family. There goes some family thoughts. It's a great family. There's my wife, parents, my Uncle Ray. There goes Cousin Barbara. My nephew Evan, Uncle Charlie. Oh, Uncle Charlie. We can't stand each other. I've been meaning to refile him under enemies. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Say, now that we're here, let me show you some of my good thoughts. I have a special section of extra good thoughts that I'm very proud of. They're right over here. Oh, yeah. Lovely. That's a nice thought. Isn't that beautiful? Of course, I've got some evil thoughts, too. I guess everybody does. Hey, you want to see my evil thoughts? I keep them over here, in this part of my brain. They're greedy thoughts, gluttony, hate, lust. Well, that's enough of that.
It got to the point where it seemed like nobody spoke more to an adult, to the kids' parents, than to the kids, in question for being creepy and to what the hell were the creators thinking, and being completely out of touch with the young audience. It seemed so sinister. Fofao is a character that is beloved amongst Brazilian audiences. The character has become a household name and has entertained audiences of all ages for decades, with origins tracing back to the early days of Brazilian television. Fofao's performances often speak on and make light of the struggles of everyday Brazilian person. Accreditations aside, it's difficult to ignore Fofao's unusual appearance, and why anyone would choose a character designed with such obvious underlying insinuations. The question of why Fofao appears as he does is never explained or even inquired. Audiences take him as he is, as though it's completely normal. In fact, the only negative association with Fofao in Brazilian media is an urban legend stemming from the sale of dolls in his likeness. It was said that many of the dolls contain a hidden knife within their stuffings, and in the middle of the night, the doll would awaken and murder you. It's most likely that this is a rumor. It came about following the release of the film Chucky in the 90s, due to the likeness of the two characters. First rising to fame from the late 90s British TV program Noel's House Party, Mr. Blobby is a non-cynical character that quickly won the hearts of British youth. Renowned for his erratic behavior and guttural one-worded speech, many felt that Mr. Blobby incited a poor image of British culture and promoted bad behavior. Despite Mr. Blobby being a general hit with children for his all-around strangeness, many felt that the character was offensive, and created initially for the purpose of being irritating. When watching videos of Mr. Blobby in action, it's difficult to not be disturbed by the character's absurd choice of actions. Working in tandem with his ceaseless smirk and his almost digestive surrounding sound effects, Mr. Blobby is a character that's definitely the stuff of nightmares. Peppermint Park was an eerie show that aired between the 1980s and early 1990s. Positioning itself as an educational program for children, Peppermint Park followed the adventures of strange human-like animal characters in a mystical world. Despite the show's intention to portray positive and moralistic messages, it often lacked nuance, and its characters meant to entertain and be relatable for children, but instead created a strange sense of discomfort, introducing an uncanny valley.
I'm so blue. I said I'm so blue. I used to be yellow. Now I'm laid back young, I was red hot. Always trying to be a big shot. Spending my money and trying to be funny for reasons.
Mummenschanz was a Swiss theater group formed in 1972. Although they did not explicitly perform for children, their sets were created with the aim to be approachable for all ages. The group rose to popularity for their abstract performance style through the usage of peculiar masks and forms, light and shadow, and their subdued choreography. In 1976, Mummenschanz appeared on the children's television show The Muppets. While this assisted Mummenschanz in the proliferation of their career, many found their performance unnerving and stark, contrast from the consistently comedic nature of The Muppet Show.
Everybody loves Mummenschanz. Mummenschanz is in its second smash year on Broadway. Isn't it about time you can say, I saw Mummenschanz? Mummenschanz is at the Bijou Theater, 45th Street west of Broadway. For ticket information and reservations, phone 221-8500.
Imagine a story wherein a cheese-shaped alien wizard and a giant rabbit venture across the whimsical world in order to teach a moralistic lesson. Does this sound like the plot of a sound children's show, or is it the result of too many psychedelics? Despite what the photos that accompany this blurb may suggest, this is indeed the plot of the British children's television series Whizbit. The program follows the titular character Whiz, our cheese-shaped alien, as he anonymously appears to spread vaguely threatening messages in order to help juvenile audiences in avoiding allures of mischievous behavior. Being scarred straight might be the factor that they were trying to achieve with this one.
Hey, that was delicioso. Now a nice fresh cup of carrot tea will set me up for the day.
Don't you ever get tired of eating carrots? You have carrots with everything.
Do you ever get tired of doing magic?
Has the sun never stopped shining?
My sentiments precisely.
Ha! Touche, Wooly. Okay, here's what we'll do. A nice cup of carrot tea and a carrot to dunk in it. And I will show you some magic.
Hey, that way we'll both be doing what we like best. Me watching you do magic.
And me watching you dunk carrots. Are you sitting comfortably?
I must go.
The host of characters at Snatch number 1, even though the order has nothing to do with which of these 7 is the most scariest, comes from Finland. The show is called Morso. And the first thing that actually appears in Google when you type up the name is a blog dedicated to them, titled Morso, The Terror of Children. The reputation the show has in its native country is terrible. Basically, all the adults who saw it as children make fun of it, acidly, saying that if anything, these characters caused them a deep repulsion in their childhood. The proof is that YouTube is full of videos that make allegories to how horrifying these puppets were, and someone even very successfully tried to put the theme of the serial killer character Michael Myers with perfect results. And that was it for today's video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. This was Creepshow, and I wish you all a good scare.